You can almost feel that coastal wind, can't you? There's just this electricity in the air because, well, we're diving deep into the 153rd Open Championship. It's back at Royal Portrush.
Feels big this year. Really big.
It does. And our mission today, it's pretty simple, really. We're taking all the latest reports, the insights from the pre-tournament stuff, the first few holes of round one even, and we're boiling it all down. Just the key nuggets, the important bits, maybe some surprising facts, all for you.
Give you right up to speed.
Exactly. We'll unpack everything, the star arrivals, the course, what shape it's in.
Conditions.
Conditions, yeah. Even some genuinely surprising tech they're using this year, and of course, the storylines that are already taking shape.
It's your fast track to knowing what's what.
Right, your shortcut to being properly informed. Okay, let's unpack this.
So what's really striking, I think, is that build-up, even before Thursday's first tee shot, the anticipation was just immense. You saw it clearly on Wednesday, July 16th. Royal Portrush was basically buzzing.
A magnet for the big names, but it feels like more than just players arriving this year, doesn't it? There's that homecoming thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Who really stood out when they got there? Why was it so significant?
You're spot on. The buzz was instant. Rory McIlroy, obviously the home favorite, Northern Ireland's own, he arrived to this incredible reception.
Huge roar, I bet.
Massive. And it's amplified, because he's not just from here. He just won the Masters.
Yeah.
Completed the career Grand Slam.
Wow.
So there's this huge redemption narrative floating around, especially given, 2019 here.
Right. The first round.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then you had Shane Lowry, the guy who won it here in 2019. Beloved figure. Huge crowds for him, too. Just looks so comfortable on links courses.
He really does.
And, of course, Xander Schauffele, the defending Open champ, he was there. Scotty Scheffler, world number one. Both very focused, getting straight to work, figuring out the course.
Okay.
And then the others, Rahm, Morikawa, JT, Bryson, all getting stuck into that unique links challenge.
So it's the global superstars, but there's a real local connection too, isn't there? More than just Rory.
Definitely. You've got Graham McDowell, Portrush native, U.S. Open winner.
Yeah.
He's on site, but in a different role now, part of the Sky Sports team.
Interesting perspective for him.
For sure. And the local buzz includes young Irish amateur Tom McKibben. Lots of talk about him, maybe a breakout star this week. Real homegrown talent.
Okay, interesting. You mentioned Rory's 2019 history. That first round 79, the quad bogey on the first hole.
Yeah.
How did his practice look? Was he focused on avoiding that repeat?
Yeah, his practice was, intense. There's lots of eyes on him. He was clearly working on that low ball flight.
Yeah.
You absolutely need that control in the wind here.
Crucial.
And the crowd's watching him. Huge. Just like 2019. But it was noticeable he wasn't really talking about that first round collapse from 5 years back.
Understandable.
Seems like he's focused on, writing a new chapter, not dwelling on the old one.
And Lowry, the champion from that year, what was his practice vibe like?
Lowry looked, completely at ease. Like he was playing his home course, really relaxed, chatting with fans. Saw him spending time on the new tee at the fourth, the par 4.
The long one.
Yes, 502 yards now. He was definitely testing that out.
Yeah.
And you could see him working on the short game, that scrambling ability that was just so key for him in 2019.
Gotta have that around here.
Absolutely. Oh, and speaking of unique links elements, there was a funny moment. A seagull apparently nicked a player's ball marker for a second.
Chuckles slightly. Classic links golf.
Caused a bit of laughter. Just part of the charm, right?
Okay. So these golfing giants are all here. What about the stage itself? Royal Portrush, it's had some changes since the last Open, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. Some tweaks. It's playing longer, for one thing.
Yeah.
Up to 7,381 yards, par 71.
Wow.
Martin Ebert, the architect, made some adjustments, expanded back tees, greens maybe a little more receptive. But don't let that fool you. It's still a proper links test.
What were the players highlighting? Any particular holes getting a lot of attention, the potential game changers?
2 came up again and again. The par 3 16th, Calamity Corner.
Of course.
And the par 4 5th, White Rocks. Calamity, well, the name says it all. It's a monster par 3. Needs a long, precise iron over this massive drop-off. Miss it, and you're in serious trouble.
Big numbers lurking.
Big time. And White Rock's the 5th. It's long. It's exposed to the elements. Players are saying these holes need more than just good shots. They need smart strategy, especially if that wind kicks up.
Right, the wind. What were conditions like for practice, and what's the forecast looking like for round 1 today?
Practice on Wednesday was actually pretty mild. Partly cloudy, maybe 18 Celsius, light winds. There was a hint of maybe some evening showers, but nothing major.
Okay.
Now for round 1 today, Thursday the 17th, the forecast is mainly dry, Sunny spells, maybe up to 20 Celsius, slight chance of a light shower, but the wind. That's the key insight. Moderate coastal winds looking like 10 to 15 miles per hour.
That's classic links condition.
Exactly. And that's what makes it tricky, especially on those exposed holes like the 5th and 16th. It forces players to think, control trajectory, pick the right club. It's not just about power.
Finesse and control become paramount.
Precisely.
Now, stepping back a bit, the Open isn't just about the golf, is it? It's this huge global event. What's the kind of wider impact we're talking about here?
It's genuinely massive. If you look at the bigger picture, this isn't just 72 holes of golf. It's a huge economic driver.
Right.
Projections are saying it could bring over $106 million into the Northern Ireland economy.
Wow, $106 million, that's significant.
It really is. Think local businesses, hotels, restaurants, jobs. It's a massive short-term boost. It potentially helps long-term tourism, too. And the crowds. They're expecting around 278,000 fans.
More than St. Andrews.
Yeah, potentially surpassing St. Andrews' record. That number of people, it's a huge influx, a real boost for the whole region.
That's incredible. And for those, 250,000+ fans actually there, what's the experience like beyond watching the shots?
The R&A does a great job, actually. There's the Spectator Village, which is like a mini festival, food stalls, areas for kids, and the open swing zone. That's pretty cool. You get a free 15-minute golf lesson from a PGA pro.
Nice touch.
Makes it more immersive, not just for the diehards, but for families, too. And they've got the ticket resale platforms still going, trying to make it accessible.
But for most of us watching from afar, what's changing in how we actually see the tournament? Any new tech making a difference? This is where it gets interesting, I think.
Yeah, this is where things are really moving forward in broadcasting. The R&A TV and the app have had a big update. New look, real-time leaderboards, player info, even weather integrated right there.
Handy.
Very. But the real headline crabber, visually speaking, is this world-first camera system they're calling SpiderCam. It's a 4-point wire cam system.
SpiderCam. Okay.
Yeah, positioned right over the 18th green. And this isn't just like another blimp shot. It gives you this incredibly immersive, almost like a video game view, down onto the green.
So you can really see the breaks and slopes.
Exactly. You can read the green, see the angles the players face, understand the challenge of those final putts in a way you just couldn't before. It properly changes how you see that crucial finishing hole.
That sounds amazing.
It really enhances the broadcast. Plus, HSBC is sponsoring the Live at the Range coverage again, which gives you that great behind-the-scenes look at warm-ups and practice.
So all this context, the course, the tech, it brings us back to the players, doesn't it? The human stories unfolding.
Absolutely. And the biggest story, you just can't escape it, is Rory. Homecoming. Redemption. That 2019 disappointment here, struggling so badly on the first hole. That looms large. But now, fresh off completing the Grand Slam, the pressure, the expectation for him to win a second claret jug here, it's just off the charts.
More than just winning, it's about rewriting that Portrush story for him.
Totally. Then you've got Xander Schauffele. He's the defending champion, won at Royal Troon last year.
Right, aiming for the double.
Which is incredibly tough to do. Had a minor injury earlier in the season, but his game, that precision, is so suited to links golf, he's always dangerous.
And Lowry, trying to repeat the 2019 magic.
Yeah, Shane Lowry, everyone loves him. He's got that great personality, that obviously proven links expertise. The crowd support for him will be huge. He's definitely on a legacy quest.
What about the world #1, Scheffler? He's been dominant everywhere else. Can he crack the links code?
That's the big question, isn't it? He's the favorite with the bookies. Obviously, his consistency is just unreal. But this is different. Can that super analytical, precise game hold up under the unique pressures and, frankly, the unpredictability of links golf? How he performs here tells us a lot about his true all-around game.
Okay, let's get right up to date then. Round 1 started earlier today, Thursday, July 17th. What's the early word from the course?
Yep, play got underway bright and early, 6:35 a.m. British summertime. Padraig Harrington hit the first shot. The whole field, 156 players, are out there now on the Dunluce Links. Par 71, 7,381 yards.
And with play actually happening, how are those conditions? Is the wind biting? Are the greens fast?
The course is definitely playing firm. Fairways giving some roll, but the rough is punishing.
Yeah.
Greens are quick, very true. And yes, that wind, that 10-15 mile per hour coastal breeze, it's definitely a factor.
Making things true.
Absolutely critical for shot selection. You're seeing it on Calamity Corner, the par 3 16th, and White Rocks, the par 4 5th. Players are really having to think their way around, control trajectory, maybe play a bit more conservatively off the tee sometimes.
Any early movers on the leaderboard? This is around midday BST, right? So it's still early days.
Very early days. Partial info still.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of the early starters like Harrington, Tom McKibben, Nikolai Hudgegard, they were reported to be playing steady. Harrington's experience showing through, solid start.
I to see.
And that young amateur, Ethan Fang, he's playing with Adam Scott and Ricky Fowler. He showed some good signs early on, too, holding his own.
Any specific performances catching the eye, maybe tying into those narratives we talked about?
Yeah, definitely. Shane Lowry, who went out around 10 a.m., apparently showed some of that brilliant scrambling early on.
Right.
Made a great birdie on the 7th current point, which is a really tough hole. Looked comfortable.
Good signs for him.
Rory teed off later, 3:1 p.m. Huge anticipation. Early reports were just focused on him getting past that first hole without drama, which he seems to have done. Controlled start.
Phew. Okay.
And Schoffel, out just before 10 a.m., his tee shots were looking typically precise early on, setting himself up well.
What about any stats? Which holes are proving tough early on?
Well, preliminarily, the par 4, 11th to 14th, they were really tough back in 2019. And guess what?
Still tough.
Playing well over par again for the early groups. They are definitely holes to watch all week. Interestingly, though, the par 4 5th, White Rocks, actually gave up a few birdies early on.
Oh, despite being tricky.
Yeah, it seems like some of the longer hitters were able to be aggressive off the tee, maybe caught a favorable wind angle and took advantage. Shows the risk-reward element out there.
So wrapping up this deep dive then, what really jumps out is this amazing mix at the Open. You've got the deep history, the tradition, but also this cutting-edge tech changing how we see it. And these intense personal stories playing out on this massive global stage with huge economic weight.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? It raises a pretty important question for you, the listener, about what these huge sporting events actually are today.
Yeah, exactly. How does this combination, the history, the individual drama, the global broadcast innovation, the sheer economic force, how does that redefine what a major championship even means in the 21st century? And maybe what's the next big innovation that changes not just how we watch, but how we understand these massive competitions and the human stories inside them? Definitely something to think about until our next deep dive.